Hey, Shalom Akim. First, foremost, I give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rachakodash. The honors under the elders, Apostle Great Millstone, the elders Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect. The sincere servants of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, serve him in truth and sincerity. Yes, I'm the brother Chayabo from GMS Plain Tables Camp, coming back with another lesson to his spirit. Yes, listen, be pretty quick. Based upon this article from, it says, Indy 100. It says, Apple working on brain implant to let users control devices with just their thoughts. Yeah, a couple of brothers already did a lesson on this, but hey, this 100% happening. And as we know, of course, we are in the end times where, again, these final prophecies that the scriptures speak about are happening, getting ready to happen. What's the ultimate prophecy we're waiting for before the return of Yahushai? That's the implementation of the mark. Once that happens, everything else happens as a result. World War III, Yahushai coming back. So this is what we're waiting for, man. So what? This, Apple preparing this C-hip. It goes to show you that we are in that time where what is going to be implemented very, very soon. So it says Apple is set to develop a brain implant C-hip, aka a category defining brain-computer interface in tech terms. It says that will allow users to control their iPhone, iPad, and Apple Vision Pro with just their thoughts. On the 13th of May, Apple, it says, unveiled a new innovation, partnering with neurotech company Synchron to make its users more accessible to disabled users. It says at the heart of the project is a stentrode, a brain implant inserted into a vein near the motor cortex. Once in place, it can read neural signals and translate them to movement on Apple devices. Yeah, and we 100% expected this. Getting scripture real quick. We, of course, I'm referring, as brothers, sisters out there within the truth. We already know what's going to happen. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know why he's doing these things. Why? It's because the scriptures, of course, reveal him. The scriptures reveal the physical counterpart of Satan, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Amalek is behind this. The ones who run the society, this is what they want. The ones who own all these large corporate, or really just, again, the elites, the ones all the way at the top, what they want is. They want eventually everybody to have a C-hip, an implant within them. It says, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. It says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spear of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Exactly. So the wicked, it says after the working of Satan, whose coming is after the working of Satan, and he's being revealed right now. The people who are behind these different things, these wicked, evil, agendas, all these things that they want to push, guess what? There's a certain man behind it. The one after the working of Satan, which is ultimately what the physical counterpart of Satan, which is Esau Edom, the sons of the wicked, so-called white men. And again, the elites, they're behind, they want this. It says, going back to the article, back in 2019, Synchron became the first brain-computer interface company to begin clinical trials of a permanently implantable system. It says, uniquely, the device is inserted through the blood vessels, bypassing the need for open brain surgery. This less invasive approach makes it one of the most scalable neural interface technologies currently in development. It says, this marks a defining moment for human-device interaction. BCI is more than accessibility tool. It's a next generation interface layer, Dr. Tom Oxley, as a CEO and co-founder Seekron said in press release. Yeah, say they're gonna push it. Oh, this is the next big thing. This is the next new age. Human merging with machine. That's what they want. They want the people to merge with machines. Why? Because it gives the people at the top, the elites, control over them. They have full control over the technology, the computers, mass tracking. They're able to shut down your device at any moment. Fry any of your, of your computer or any of your technology at any moment. Why? Because they have access over the technological grid. So if they merge human with technology, that gives them full monitoring and tracking over them. It says Apple is helping to pioneer a new interface paradigm, or it says a paradigm, where brain signals are formally recognized alongside touch, voice, and typing. It says, with BCI recognized as a native input for Apple devices, there are new possibilities for people living with paralysis and beyond. Yeah, and that's the first thing that they're going to push. We just read Signs and Wonders. It says, even him, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 9, even him whose coming is after the work of him, saying with all power and signs and lying wonders. Yeah. Power and signs and lying wonders. And these are going to be his signs and lying wonders that he's going to come with. What Esau's power is his technology, his deception. What his signs and wonders pushing, pretty much saying that, our new C-hip, our new implant will grant the blind to see, the deaf to hear. Of course, the paralyzed to walk again. That's going to be his signs and wonders. That's going to be the first thing he's going to push. And then he's going to go, okay, you'll be able to do this with your device. You'll be able to connect with AI in just a moment, or just in the instant. These are going to be the things that he's going to push in order to tempt the people into taking. It says Revelation chapter 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Calls it, meaning he's going to mandate upon everybody. They receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Yeah. A mark going to charagma, going to a physical scratch or etch. Well, of course, that's what goes into scratch or etching, but what's going into a physical stamp. A physical stamp really being something that's going to go under the skin. Stamp, more meaning, of course, again, an object that'll go under the skin. A scratch, something that'll be scratched and etched into the skin. A device, a mark. That's what it's going into. It's not something spiritual. It's something that's tangible. Esau deals tangibly. When Esau deals with the masses, he deals tangibly. It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had a mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Yeah, you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have this mark. So we already know that this implant has buying and selling capabilities. You can make transactions with this C-hip. So guess what? They're going to make it where all other forms of payment are locked or simply are outlawed. Cash, card. You might be able to make out, well, ultimately what you're going to need access, or pretty much you're going to need to have that C-hip, the implant, in order to make any type of transaction. So what? That C-hip is going to be the only way to buy or sell very, very soon. Very, very soon. Again, this is right around the corner with Apple. Already, one of the biggest tech companies in the world. With Apple pushing for this, it shows you that what we are in those times, man. Trump, he's speeding things up. AI, says, hey, everything's speeding up, including the implementation of this mark. So verse 18, here's wisdom. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 603 score 666. And that's a number that these devils love to use. You'll see on the Monster Energy drinks, just all throughout these company logos, Disney, even Apple. I mean, obviously we know the Apple logo represents, eating of that apple, going back into their garden with Adam and Eve. But also with the first computer that Apple sold was $666, $666, the first Apple computer. So hey, it shows that this is their number. But yeah, I believe it's a point. That's why I leave this in the article. But hey, that's the point. It's moving very, very quick. This implementation of this mark. We already know not to take it. Yahweh Shem Shai, of course, said that the elect will be safe from it. Because really, this is, for those who take it, you're showing your complete obedience towards Esau Edom. And you're showing that you're rejecting the Lord and what you consider Esau to be your God. Because again, you're giving access to your whole entire, you're giving, you're pretty much your whole entire mind and body towards Esau if you take this implant. Because again, this grants some full control and access over you. But scriptures say how the Lord will keep the elect from the hour of temptation. End it off real quick. Revelations 3:10. The elect, of course, the elect Israelites. The Lord's only dealing with the Israelites, but first and foremost, the elect of the nation of Israel are going to be the only ones who receive salvation. It says, Revelation chapter 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yeah, this red letter, this Yahweh Shai speaking. So what the elect will be taken care of and safe. Because again, Esau is going to mandate it where it's going to be extremely hard to navigate within society. Again, no buying, no selling, no job, no paying for your bills, no house, not being able to pay for your rent. Can't buy anything within society. Go to a restaurant, go to a store, anything. You won't be able to do anything. But Yahweh Shem Shai keep us from the temptation. So just that alone, people are going to fold. A lot of people will fold. But the Lord will keep us from the temptation. Just because Esau says you can't eat or drink or do whatever within society does not mean that Lord won't keep us fed and taken care of. Yahweh Shem Shai is the one who controls everything. Esau doesn't control anything. Lord controls everything, including Esau and what he does. So yeah, Yahweh Shem Shai will protect his elect at the end of the day, and we know that. So yeah, I believe it's a point. Lord, so you blessed and edified. Yahweh Shem Shai, Shalom.